Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warcraft. So rather than a fourth chapter for Legacies, instead it looks like they just did 3 chapters, and now we're starting the actual pre-patch content. So I kind of thought this is how it was probably going to be, which was they had the pre-patch go live, and basically for a couple weeks just let us kind of get used to it in terms of the changes, in terms of the classes, the UI, all that stuff. Just let us have some time to get used to those changes. Then they would actually release actual stuff for us to do during the pre-patch. So we're starting off here on the character screen because I actually already logged in on this character to test a couple of things. And because of that, we missed a bit of story. So I'm now going to log on my old Death Knight character we main Shadowlands with, because I have not logged in on him during this new patch. So you can actually see the little dialogue we get from a certain old friend of ours, which, by the way, it's different, of course, based on whether or not you are Horde or Alliance. And I'll explain in just a moment. Ignore the fact that my Death Knight is crying. That's because of the trinket he has. So yeah, new in Dragonflight pre-patch. What's new? Well, the Drakthir Evokers are live, and I will be showing you guys that later. Not right now. We're going to focus mainly just on stuff you do as one of your already established characters. And then maybe in 2 or 3 videos in this playlist, we're going to then, I'm going to then show you guys the character creator for the Drakthir, and we'll see what it's like when you actually start playing as a Drakthir. So just kind of giving you guys that heads up. But yeah, the Drakthir are now live for those of us who have already pre-purchased, which I did, so I can already go ahead and make it if I want. Apparently I also did not log in this character during the anniversary. That's funny. There's also these new bosses and places we can go to called Tempest Unleashed, which are these like elemental things, because the primal dragons have returned, and so we're going to be facing kind of elemental world bosses. It's kind of similar to what we were dealing with in Cataclysm, with each of the 4 different elements. Also, they have changed Uldaman, and it's a good thing I already made a video about soloing that dungeon, but like the old version, because I'm not entirely sure if that's available for us to actually just straight up. Hold on, let's see.
Of the Horde,
is that something we can actually queue up for right now? Yes, that is a world event. Uldaman Legacy of Tyr, so I'll actually be able to show you guys that dungeon.
Where I am about to present the Aspect's invitation to the Horde Council.
I apologize for talking over Abyssian there. That's actually what I was trying to show you guys. My apologies. I got so caught up on looking at that, I totally forgot he was going to start talking there. So my mistake. I apologize. So what he said was, "Here's the Horde. The Dragon Isles have awakened and beckon the Dragonflights home. Meet me in Orgrimmar, where I'm about to present the Aspect's invitation to the Horde Council." So then we get this quest here. It says, "I bring news. The Dragon Isles are awakened. The Isles were dormant in the wake of the Sundering, but now at long last they have called my kin and I home. While the Isles hold many wonders, it is also a perilous land. We will require the aid of our mortal allies to reclaim our legacy. I'm about to present the Aspect's invitation to the Horde Council in Orgrimmar. Meet me there and we shall see what they have to say." Now, if you log in on an Alliance character, Rathian is the one who pops up saying, "Heroes of the Alliance, the Dragon Isles have awakened. Meet me in Stormwind, where we are about to present the Aspect's invitation to the King Regent, Turalian," because remember, Anduin still has not come back yet. So it's Rathian who's like, "Hey, come to Stormwind." So I will go ahead and show that to you. But yeah, I mainly wanted to show that to you guys here on this character, since I had already triggered that on my other character that we're more than likely going to be playing Dragonflight on, which is the Demon Hunter. I'm just going to go ahead and activate that. Boop, there we go. Anyways, yeah, whatever. So now, let's go ahead and switch on over to that character, this one right here. What can I say, guys? You know, I mean, mainly my Death Knight was fun, but man, oh man, did I miss the mobility. There's a reason, I quickly learned there's a reason why they refer to the Death Knight as a wheelchair. I was like, "Oh, guys, wait for me, wait for me." You know, just so slow, just running around, just not able to really get around and do anything. And I just missed all the mobility. Like like, I know that this may not be too much of an issue as we go into Dragonflight, but I'm sorry, I missed being able to, do this, dash around, jump around, glide, and just having the extra speed, and it's so fun. So, I'm not maining a Demon Hunter because it's quote-unquote easy. I get so sick of hearing all the insults thrown at people who play a Demon Hunter, that they think that some people only play Demon Hunter because they think it's, quote, easy or a 2-button class or whatever. I just get so sick of that. Because it always feels like they're just kind of directing insults at me, that they're saying I play it only because it's, like, not a difficult class to play. Like, they're saying that it's appropriate for me because they think I'm dumb enough to actually play the class or whatever. Or that I'm not smart enough to play another class that, quote-unquote, requires more skill and such. I just get so sick of it, it really starts to kind of get annoying in that regard. But the more I play it, it's always fun. I can't help it. I love the mobility. I love double jumping and the dashing and everything. So, and there's things about, like, the way they've redone some of these trees where I can look at it and be like, okay, I could see myself, like, eventually, like, maybe also acquiring some of these other ones as we level to 70 and get some more. I'm going to have to reset these, it looks like. I kind of redid my trees here, my points. Whether or not this is going to be the final build, who knows? But, I basically just want to go ahead and set this up. I probably don't need to have this, considering, but whatever.
Ah, here is the hero I spoke of.
So, here we have Abyssian, Bane, Mela, of course, because Abyssian. And we have Scale Commander Cinderthresh, or Cinderthresh, of the Dark Talons.
You call that a uniform?
For the last time, yes, the wings are real. Oh, wait. You're one of the Horde's champions, are you not? I'm still learning of its members. You are... don't tell me, an... ogre, right? I don't think I'm tall enough to qualify as an ogre. Maybe they are, but I'm just a wee little blood elf. Well, ogre, I am Cinderthresh, commander of the Dark Talons. Abyssian guided us to Orgrimmar to speak to your leaders. My people are the Drakthir, elite soldiers trained to fight for dragonkind. We hail from a distant shore, and your world is very different from the one we knew. But you seem like a powerful ogre. If you fight well, perhaps I'll take a liking to you and maybe even your horde.
Anything for an ally.
Wah, wah. So, how are you two doing?
I am glad to see you again.
I trust Abyssian with the whole of my heart. If he speaks well of the Drakthir, then I trust his judgment. But the other members of the Horde will require more than the word of my old friend.
Call on me, should you have need.
The strength of the Horde lies in its people. Though we are all very different, we find common cause together. Perhaps the Drakthir could add to that strength. Time will tell.
For the Horde, always.
Also, Naledia Rivergleam.
Let us work together.
I am grateful you have answered the call. Your courage will be welcome on the journey ahead. Your arrival is well timed, PapaNeeks. I have just met with the Horde Council, and they have accepted the Aspect's invitation to the Dragon Isles. The same invitation extends to you as well. You may also notice some unfamiliar faces here in Orgrimmar. The Drakthir are new arrivals you will learn about on the journey ahead. Let us speak more.
Our legacy will. The Aspects will be pleased that the Council has accepted their invitation. The Dragon Isles hold great wonders and many perils.
Those who answer the call will face whatever challenges may come.
The strength of the Horde has always been its people. I am heartened to hear it. But know that the Dragon Queen will not abide conflict on her shores. The Horde honors its truce with the Alliance. To that end, The Reliquary will work together with the Explorers League on an expedition of discovery.
I expect we will learn much from one another.
Do not forget, Abyssian, that the Dragon Isles are home to the Drakthir as well. We intend to rediscover our past and lay claim to our future.
Then let our peoples make this journey together, Cindrathresh.
Agreed. Along the way, we can hone your combat skills, despite your obvious lack of wings.
I see there is much work ahead of us. Come then, the Dragon Isles await.
So, I'm definitely going to want to show you guys what it's like. By the way, you can already see that some players are already making their Draktheirs over here. But I'm definitely going to want to also show you guys, or see what it's like on the Alliance side as well. And it's also likely that I'll probably make a Draktheir on both factions to see what the differences are when you create them when it comes to actually having this whole storyline. So, we'll see.
I am honored that you will journey to the homeland of Dragonkind. One of your allies is eager to assist you in preparing for what lies ahead.
By the way, Abyssian, remember, I don't lack wings. I'm just saying.
The Black...
Hail, adventurer. I shall help you prepare for the Dragon Isles. What have you learned lately?
Pleasure to meet you. I am Naladia, Rivergleam. The invitation to visit the Dragon Isles is quite an exciting prospect, don't you agree? The Reliquary has combined forces with our expeditionary counterparts to help coordinate our efforts. As a member of the Dragonscale expedition, it is my honor to welcome you. Though first we must gather a few more members for our journey. Shall we begin?
Remember, there's magic. I shall meet you at the Zeppelin once you've gathered our future expeditionary members.
I am ready. What do you need?
Naladia is enthusiastic, but she's a historian, not a soldier. She knows nothing of the dangers we'll face in the Dragon Isles. Not that anyone needs to worry. After all, the Dark Talons will be protecting the expedition. I'm going to discuss mission logistics with Abyssian and your Horde leaders. My lieutenant, Kodethi, is exploring the city along with the other Drakthir. Be a good soldier and let him know that we are going to rally at the Zeppelin Tower. He'll relay my orders to the others.
Let's get back to training.
Hello.
Heya, where have you been?
Did they add this little glimmer onto quest NPCs? That's kind of cool. This city is full of places to explore and rocks to climb. Are you interested in a lesson? We need explorers for an expedition to the Dragon Isles. Will you join us?
Join the expedition? We'll do more than join. We'll lead the way. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears...
Huh. Off they go.
Interested in some fine goods?
Are you looking to buy something or make something? I got the best contacts for either. The Orgrimmar Artisans Guild only crafts the best.
Well, we need artisans for an expedition to the Dragon Isles. Will you join us?
The Dragon Isles, you say? It would be an honor to join the expedition. I'll gather my finest craftsmen and prepare them for what awaits us.
Alright. And scholars.
So much to capture.
Oh, hello there. Do you have something new discovery to share? There's always room for another scholar at our monthly meetup. You won't believe what Lonnie found in the Jade Forest last week. Actually, we need scholars for an expedition to the Dragon Isles. Will you join us?
What a remarkable opportunity! Imagine all the wondrous relics collected by the Dragonflights over the ages. I will gather my wisest scholars for your expedition. I love the wildlife here.
By the way, you'll notice various Drakthir throughout the city of Orgrimmar here, like that curious Drakthir talking to people here. Another curious Drakthir, just kind of throughout the city already. Which makes sense, that a bunch of Drakthir have shown up. They're, like, wanting to know more about the city and the Horde and the various members of it and its culture. I'm sure the same thing is going to be the case in Stormwind when we do this on the Alliance.
What is the situation?
Welcome to our makeshift training arena, friend. I trust we are not disturbing anyone up here? I was assured that this area was available today, and that sparring was permitted. Actually, Scale Commander Cinderthresh would like you to meet her at the Zeppelin Tower.
The odds favor us. Back to my calculations.
Look at all the players
Gathering
here.
Our expedition members. I admire efficiency in my traveling companions.
Now, it looks like there are some discussions to be heard here. Let's start off with Bane and Mela right over here.
I am Bane, son of Care.
You seem distracted, Bane. Are you troubled by the news that the dragons bring?
No. But seeing both the Horde and Alliance answer their call has reminded me of absent friends.
I am sorry. I know what Anduin Rin means to you. Has there been no word at all from him?
King Greymane has been kind enough to answer my letters. He said there have been reports that Anduin has been seen, but none that they could verify. Anduin endured much in the Shadowlands. It seems he is not ready to go home. Not yet.
The Earth Mother guides each of us along a path. It is not always the one we wish to walk, but sometimes it is the path we need to. Be patient. Your friend will return when his feet guide him back to those who love him.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Mela. And for your kindness.
Always, Bane.
So, they haven't made it entirely clear, but considering they both have the titles of High Chieftain, I mean, yes, they're the High Chieftains of their two respective tribes of Tauren, but it was pretty clear at the beginning of Shadowlands that these two had a relationship going, which I called, by the way. Back in Legion, I called that Bane and Mela would end up together. And I would like to think that now... Okay, by the way, I should mention, apparently 5 years have passed since the end of Shadowlands. Like, in story, we had Shadowlands end, and then 5 years have passed. And now we're starting Dragonflight. So yeah, apparently there's been a 5-year period of time that has gone by. So I would like to think... They didn't officially say it, but I'd like to think that maybe these two actually officially tied the knot. It wasn't very clear. Unlike, well, another couple that's here on this platform, but we'll save them for last. Let me just look around for some others here. Of course, this is why they made it where players couldn't mount in front of specific NPCs, so that their mounts couldn't block. But let's listen to Syndra Thresh over here. I'm curious about these three here, because look who's here! We have Syndra Thresh, Gadethi, the two we just talked to, and then we have Emberthal. You know, the one we saw talking to Nosdormu in the Legacies animations. Yep, she's here.
Here to spar.
Ah, Ogre, I remember you. This is my trusted comrade. By the way, I'm sure they're doing the Ogre thing no matter what character you play as a joke for the fact that we've been asking for playable Ogres for years, and they have still not given it to us. They're doing this as a little inside joke. This is my trusted comrade, Emberthal. She too is a Scale Commander. Well, she was. Her Wern did not survive. We Drakthir were recently awakened from a long confinement, and we remember only broken fragments of our past. But Emberthal says that the bronze aspect Nosdormu peered through time to show her a vision of what happened to us. I can hardly believe what she saw. What have you learned?
You have your orders. It was Neltharion. He gave the final order that sent us back to our crashes. He betrayed us.
And bid his ally Malagos to weave a spell that would put us to sleep under the guard of his blue dragons. Where we remained, abandoned and forgotten. Awakened only when the Primalists returned to break Razageth free.
Did Nosdormu tell you how long we were kept in stasis?
Nearly 20,000 years. While we slumbered, the kingdom of dragons rose and fell. The world was sundered. And the aspects surrendered their power to stop Deathwing.
We only have each other now. The Drakthir need a place in this world. Maybe it will be in the Dragon Isles. Or maybe somewhere else.
That last line seemed a little weird. Like, that didn't sound like her voice. I don't know. Maybe that should have gone to Syndra Thresh? I'm not sure. That seemed like a bit of an issue. It's pre-patch, so I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the bugs. Anyways. And then we have one of our favorite couples. I read for you guys the short story about these two clearly dating. Well, it's been 5 years since Shadowlands, and they have now gone past dating.
Baladash, Malanore.
Much has transpired since we last spoke, Dreadneeks. We must be mindful of the past, as we look forward to the future.
The light of the Sunwell be with you. Several years have passed quietly since our forces returned from the Shadowlands. But it seems that quiet is now at an end, my love.
Indeed. We were fortunate to have even a brief respite from the usual perils and tribulations. Otherwise, you might have come up with an excuse to refuse my proposal.
Your proposal? I am quite certain it was I who begged for your hand in marriage, Thalysra.
Lorthamar Theron, you are such a creature of duty that you would have delayed our wedding over a crooked painting in Silvermoon. How fortunate I am that both our kingdoms witnessed our vows, else you might try to deny that we ever exchanged them.
Deny the happiest moments of my life? Never. Whether under the light of the sun or the rays of the moon, I will love you for all my days, Thalysra.
As I will love you, no matter how many dragons try to distract us.
I'm so happy for them! The only thing I wish is that we could have had an in-game event where we could have actually attended their wedding. You know? I'm so happy that these two, you know, they actually tied the knot and actually got married. Oh, you know. We of course have known Lorthamar for so long. You know, he's been in the game since, gosh, I guess since Burning Crusade. I think. Now, he didn't really become that much of a character until Pandaria, which is one of the things I loved about Pandaria, is that they really expanded on Lorthamar as a character. And then, of course, we met Thalyssra in Legion and saw when she was at the lowest of lows and really helped her and, of course, the Nightborn just kind of get back up. And, we remember that, when what was going on with them, along with both the Blood Elves and the Night Elves. And, I talked about when we were going through Legion about how the Nightborn reached out to the Night Elves and they just outright rejected them. But the Blood Elves sympathized with the Nightborn. And, like, Liadrin was one of those who was very much at the forefront of helping the Nightborn. Because the Blood Elves understood what was going on. They, related to what they were going through. And then over time, these two just spent more time together, and look where they are now. A happy couple. I'm so happy for them. Anyways. I don't believe there are any more of these other conversations going on, even though I'd like to see, but there are people, once again, doing the thing where they sit here on mounts trying to kind of mess people up. Congratulations to that player right there for getting that mount. I can imagine how tough that was. But I'm pretty sure there are no other stay a while and listen around here. Though I do recall a visit from an old friend, and I think that's going to happen, because I did peek at this during the beta, just a little bit, and I believe that's going to happen here any moment when I talk to Rivergleam here.
I have answers if you have questions.
Our scouts report that turbulent elemental storms are turning the seas to dangerous unnatural levels. Until those clear, we will not be going anywhere. Why not see what you can help with around here in the meantime?
Keep an eye out.
I believe this expedition shall be a great success.
I look forward to
I'm pleased to have the Drakthir accompanying us on the expedition. Their unique perspective should prove valuable, and learning more of their own history will help them come to terms with their current circumstances. As I've said before, history heals every wound.
Let me know what you find. A surprise attack! Guards!
Khadgar!
Handsome wizard.
Handsome wizard?
He is an ally.
Yes, he is.
Apologies for my abrupt arrival, but the news I bring cannot wait for pleasantries.
And I hug Khadgar, and he's like, "Oh, yes, I'm glad to see you too, old friend. Hello, Dreadneeks. It's been a while, and I wish we had more time to catch up. But you see, I've just had a rather enlightening... make that foreboding. Yes, a foreboding conversation with an old friend. Sometimes a revelation can be both, after all. I really must tell you of what I have learned." Okay, what did you learn? Oh, please don't bug. Please work, please work, please work.
I did not expect to see you again so soon, my friend. After you'd answered the call of the Isles.
Something has happened, Khadgar. Something terrible.
Kalikos, tell me.
It all happened so quickly. And Rathian, young as he is, bravely or perhaps foolishly tried to stop it. But he was too late. The Tempest had already been unleashed.
She let me live with a message. They are coming to cleanse the world of the Titan's stain. Alexstrasza, who is she? What is she?
She is Razagath, youngest of the primal incarnates.
Incarnates?
4
dangerous adherents of the elemental forces. At the dawn of the aspects, our flights embraced the Titan's gifts. They did not.
The war that followed was unimaginable. And it took all of our strength combined to banish them.
If they were so dangerous, why were they not destroyed?
I hadn't the heart to do it. We were once as clutchmates.
Time, it seems, has not quelled their fury. And look at us. Should she free her kin now, we haven't the strength to stop them. And if Iridicrum's hunger is unleashed,
then we have no choice. If we are to be protectors once more, the aspects of our Dragonflights must be made anew.
Our queen is determined, Khadgar. But we've only just begun to find who we are again. And I fear that without help, we may never get the chance to see our future secured.
Then it seems the mortal races too must answer the call and face the storms ahead.
Wow. Okay, so that was the first time I've seen that. I did not really spoil myself on that. So, I had not seen that before. So, wow, that was good. Gosh, that was a good cutscene. So, let me try and kind of process that, because there's a few things I want to talk about from that. For one thing, you'll notice some of the dragon aspects have some character model redesigns, like their models have been updated. Obviously, Caligos was one of those with his hair and such. One of the other notable ones there you could see was Alexstrasza. I actually love her remodel. I love her new appearance. I wasn't too fond of the way she looked before. It kind of just didn't really look right to me, you know. But this one actually, she looks more, I don't know what it is, or how to properly describe it. But to me, with that new remodel, she looks more like a queen. But also one who could fight, who hold her own. Like, she looks like she's actually ready to, you know, she's in a position of authority and rule, but she's also, like, ready to fight. When the time comes. I think that her face looks better. I like that we actually, can see, I think her eyes look better. They have freckles on there and such. I just really like her redesign. I do. I've heard some people have issues with it. Fine, but I actually like it. You'll notice our buddy from the cinematic was there, the Stone Buddy. I'm sure he's got a name, but I guess he's still there, just kind of there. I'm guessing they're going to try and do what they can to help him, maybe, I don't know, with his body become more sturdy, like restore its durability and such. Because, he is responsible for us getting back to the Dragon Isles. Let's not forget that little detail is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, also apparently my guild is saying that people are getting kicked out. I did see that apparently there are some login issues going on. My guess is that once again Blizzard is getting DDoSed, because anytime a big launch event like this happens, apparently this is where Blizzard loves to get DDoSed, or just people love to DDoS Blizzard on things like this. So it's possible I could get kicked out on while trying to make some of these videos. Just a heads up, because that's what my guild is currently discussing right now. Where was Ysera's daughter? This is something that I was curious about, because we spent a lot of time with Ysera in the Shadowlands. We didn't really get to spend that much time with her daughter here in Azeroth. We saw her briefly, but not by much. And I was hoping that in this expansion we would get to see more of her. Now that Ysera is gone in the Shadowlands, that her daughter, now her successor, would now become more of a character and get more of attention, more of a spotlight. But apparently not, because she wasn't even there. Like, Rathian was there, but she isn't? I don't even remember. Forgive me, I actually don't even remember her name. That's how little screen time she's had. She's had so little screen time, we haven't had much time to really, like, remember her name. But maybe that's just me. But I hope the point I'm making when I say that comes across. And yeah, we kind of knew that Razageth was going to be there, considering that we had already had the reveal in Chapter 3 about Razageth. It was kind of clear that they were saying, yeah, that Razageth was going to come back as one of the main villains of this expansion. Whether or not she is the main villain, we'll have to wait and see. But it's more so that it's and they tried to kind of lay this out with it wasn't quite as you know, because Rathian doesn't know about any of this, because of course he wasn't around back then. They were, he wasn't, so they had to let Rathian know, hey, this is what happened long ago. That there was this group of dragons that rejected the Titan's gift, and therefore became, I guess, the primal incarnates, and the rebels against that. And I guess hate the Titans, that they want to wipe out the Titan stuff, which, considering how many of us are from the Titans, you can imagine that's kind of a big deal. Even myself, as a Blood Elf Demon Hunter, Sargeras, right? He was a Titan. So anyways, you guys get what I'm saying here. And why they think this is a big deal conflict and issue that we have to give attention to. So, also it was great seeing Khadgar in what was clearly Karazhan, and of course Khadgar doing his books. I'm sure he's had some chats with Medivh there. But also, apparently, they are going to be looking to try and regain their power as the Aspects. Now, I thought that power was gone for good after the events of Cataclysm, when they gave up all that power into the Dragon Soul to kill Deathwing. But apparently there may be a way for them to actually regain that power, which I imagine means that obviously Alexstrasza and Nozdormu, who are now the only two remaining from that original group, that Kalecgos will then regain the power he gave up as the aspect of magic when we defeated Deathwing, because he had it back then. And I guess both Rathian and, again, Ysera's daughter, I'm just going to refer to her as Ysera's daughter until I actually figure out or learn what her name is when they actually show her on camera, which hopefully they will. I want them to actually give her some attention in this expansion, that we'll actually get to see her become the new aspect of the green Dragonflight. But anyways, so those were the things I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Like, I want to rewatch that. We'll see that again when we do this on the Alliance side, because that was a really cool cutscene. And of course, it just shows that we already saw that, Rathian is not that strong as a dragon yet. He's kind of still developing and growing. But yeah, Razageth just smacked him around. It was just like, get out of here, you little whelp.
Unsettling news indeed, but you had to know the peril that we face.
Our legacy will...
To stop Razageth from freeing the other incarnates, the Aspect's power must be restored, but this will not be an easy task. The Titans are silent, and Keeper Tyr is long dead. Queen Alexstrasza has devised a plan. In the Badlands lies a Titan facility called Uldaman. She believes Tyr's companions had a disc of his memories inside its depths. Take your allies to Uldaman and find the disc for the Dragon Queen. This is something I actually talked about when I did the video about Uldaman, the original version of Uldaman back in Vanilla. I did a separate video on that when I was going through it solo. I talked about that. You can check that out if you want. Let us hope that Tyr's knowledge can be used to re-empower the Aspects.
And it gives us 278 gear. This is basically catch-up gear for those of us who are kind of getting ready to gear up alts and such for this expansion.
Will protect this world once again.
Razageth has wasted no time building up her primalist forces. The Kirin have detected massive storms being unleashed at key points across Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. The primalists are unleashing the elements to add to their strength. It seems they plan to cause chaos not only in the Dragon Isles, but in the lands of the Alliance and Horde as well. Seek out the enemy and study their methods. We have to stop them before it's too late. So this is going to be I'll be able to get a pet from doing this, which is get the motes of energy from, this is the world boss quest.
Your duty.
Well, That wizard certainly knows how to make an entrance, doesn't he? We won't be able to set sail until someone gets those elemental storms under control. Check in with Storm Huntress Suraka. She's leading the expedition efforts to investigate the storms and can help outfit you with whatever gear you need. While you handle that, I'll coordinate the rest of the preparations. At least it'll give me some time to read a few more volumes on dragon history before we set sail.
Keep an eye out for anything interesting.
So many possibilities.
The Zeppelin will be here soon. Or not. What do you need? I'm busy. Are you helping build the Zeppelin that goes to the Dragon Isles?
It is a world of wonders.
Do I look like I build Zeppelins? I just got told to stand here by someone who wishes that they had my wings. Okay.
You look like you've got skill.
Storm Huntress Suraka, where are you? Oh, you're right here.
Greetings.
These storms are wild, dangerous things. If you wish to confront them, you'll want extra protection. In my years of hunting, I've gathered many things that helped ward against the wrath of the elements. Perhaps some of them may be of use to you as well.
Strength.
There's definitely a delay. Spits off the edge of the platform.
Look, Tom.
Alright, so those things, the essence that you saw for the quest, this is where we can turn that in to get some 252 pieces of gear. Again, this is kind of catch-up gear for any of your under-geared and under, just like, alts that just don't quite have top-notch gear and such. If you played the previous patch, you're probably going to have better stuff. Like my character does have some 272, 265 stuff on her, including the 291 Lego, even though that ability is not working anymore. But hey, it's still a 291 piece of gear, so, that does have some stats. But hey, whatever, But yeah, you can see all my set pieces that I had and my legendaries, they no longer work. So, yeah. What you gonna do, right? But anyways, so yeah, you'll probably notice as well, there's a couple places here which already show it here. Like, over here we got the Primal Elements Northern Barrens. Primals are calling forth an Earth Elemental in hopes to ravage all of Azeroth for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And that is a Rumbling Earth Lord over there. And then down over here we've got in Ungoro, Air Elementals. And then over in the Eastern Kingdoms, you'll see down over here in the Badlands, there are Fire Elementals. And then up here... Wait, really? No, that's BFA stuff. Ignore that. Where is it? Because there should be a fourth one. Unless that really is the area. I don't think it is, though. I doubt the Highlands are going to be that area. So I'm looking here and I see... Only 3, actually, right now. I see earth, air, and fire, but not water. And I'm wondering where that might be. Interesting. But for now, I guess what we'll go ahead and do... Before I cut it off here... I guess we'll go ahead and quickly make our way over towards the Barrens and take a look at what's going on over there. Because I'll probably go ahead and... Oh, hey! Very nice. So one of my guildmates has already finished that. So yeah, you're able to have the opportunity to get an extra heirloom piece of gear if you're able to collect some pieces from each of the world bosses in these areas and make this new heirloom trinket, which can be used for any of these 3 stats here. Have a chance to unleash primal magic, dealing damage to enemies and buffing allies. It's a pretty good heirloom piece of gear. But you have to collect pieces from those in order to be able to forge into that. And then you'll have to, of course, upgrade that. Keep in mind that, of course, this is going to be up for about only 2 weeks. So you basically, if you're wanting to do this, you basically have to do it now. Because, of course, this is a special 2-week only pre-launch event. I find it hilarious it's saying I can get primal energy from those vultures here in the Barrens. It's like, really? These things are part of... can be used to farm that stuff in the quest? Really? But whatever. You can see there's a Primal Storm there, and a Primal Storm there, Primal Storm there. So let's go ahead and take a peek over here, since apparently there's supposed to be a Primal Storm right over here. And I imagine there are some players over here doing the same thing. Yeah, there's already... Yep. Already quite a few players here that are working on this right now. And it's various different enemies here that you can be able to take on and kill. I've also heard from others that some of these you can either be able to get like a kill or two each day to farm some things, or you can be able to just kind of keep on farming and, you know, for some of the other things as well, just repeated kills over and over. People, of course, are asking about, like, if, you know, if they know about the timer for any one of these. Let's see.
I need a target. I don't have
So
a
yeah,
target.
of course, I imagine some of my add-ons are a little out of date. Some of them, anyway.
I need to target
because, of
something
course,
first.
this is a new patch, and we need time to let the authors try and update some of the add-ons. So
I need a target.
So yeah, this is going to be an issue because I'm going to have to figure out which ones are currently not working out well, and see which ones of these I'm going to have to actually disable, because I'm not entirely sure which ones it actually is. Especially based on it. Sometimes it's very obvious in the little text there about which add-on is actually causing these issues, and then sometimes it's like not obvious at all. One of the things I'm really happy about, though, is that they made it where they have extended the amount of tags that you can have on enemies in order to find certain things here. So there's the extra stuff about
I need to get closer.
the little pieces of motes and such that you can be able to farm from these very simple things here. So actually, if I am able to quickly get to these tags here, I can actually go ahead and finish off this pretty quickly.
I need to target something first.
Of course, I find it hilarious that some of these old enemies from the Barrens are enemies that we can actually farm for this quest. That's actually kind of amusing. Now we're basically kind of chilling around the area where these things are spawning. We're just immediately killing them. They're like, well, I'm not for a walk. Ah!
It's too far away.
And I got stunned, but I did get enough to actually finish that quest. And I do have, let's see. It's not even showing up here. That's funny. So let's go ahead and head on back. Obviously, this is stuff I'll have to do on my own off camera to actually farm some of that stuff. I may also have to go ahead and try and delete this unless I actually want to try and finish it, but there's really no reason to do so. I'm just going to go ahead and abandon that. I'll have to go turn that in, since I actually did go take that thing down, trying to see if I could get something for it. So I just need to kill Anduin one more time on normal to unlock that skip. I hate leaving those skip quests undone, especially when I only need to kill them one more time. But just in case you're wondering, I mean, technically I can actually go ahead and still do it if I want it, but this is for LFR, not normal. And in case you're wondering, well, let's see if there are any groups actually being made. Actually, hold on. It looks like some groups are still being made for this, so I probably could, because it is fated. Every raid is fated now, probably until the expansion launches. That's my guess, since it's pre-patch and it's still up and fated. So I probably could join a group and try and finish that off. I just need one more kill for Anduin, and they'll be able to finish that. So yeah, I could probably do that.
We will defend Azeroth together.
It is good that you thought of their attack, at least for now.
Primal elemental energy. I will take this for further study.
Always happy.
These primalists are relentless, unleashing elemental devastation across the eastern kingdoms and Kalimdor. You must show the same determination, Dreadneeks. It is the only way to stop them. Find their next incursion, remove the enemies within the Primal Storm area before it is too late, and foil their efforts. We must protect Azeroth.
Remain vigilant.
Gather 10 more motes.
Mokra.
So I have 33 of those. So yeah, if you want, like I said, some of these can be catch-up gear if you want it for specific slots. Like, I could get this to replace that current slot right there. So, yeah. I'll be able to kind of farm some of those things there if I want to. So, anyways. But we also got a new pet. A Primal Stormling! Yay! Alright. So, that, is the initial starting thing here on the Horde side. So I think when we come back, we're just going to go ahead and do the new Dungeon of Uldaman. See what that's like. I'm sure I can go ahead and... in fact, I'm kind of curious about... Hold on. I'm curious, what exactly is it dropping? By the way, there's the... apparently those are the current Mythic Plus dungeons. That's funny. Apparently that's now a separate slot here. Those are going to be the dungeons for Dragonflight. Obviously, I will show those later. But here, let's see. So this is currently dropping, what? 359? Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's heroic. What about normal? What's it dropping? 250. Okay, so if I actually try and get into this dungeon for heroic, it says 359. I would imagine that's a typo. That's actually 259 because what? You know? 372. Okay, I am wrong. But you'll notice there it says requires level 70, so we're not going to be able to actually go do this just yet. It's not going to be available yet until we are able to get into the expansion actually level to 70. But we will, I guess, go through this dungeon and check it out and see the changes and what happens when we return. And we will, go over some of the story stuff and, of course, the bosses. And, of course, you'll probably immediately recognize that right there. Anyways, I will see you guys in Uldaman. Stay tuned for that.